Click the link in the description for your free AMSOIL catalog. It's time for a quick shout out to some of our friends. B&B Auto Sales, your muscle car connection in Brookings, South Dakota. Above the Notch Car Club, a car club for auto enthusiasts in northern New Hampshire. The New Hampshire Muscle Car Club, the largest muscle car club in all of New England. MGM Classic Cars in Addison, Illinois. Visit mgmclassiccars.com today. Beach Hill Automotive in Bethlehem, New Hampshire, specializing in the repair, service, and towing of muscle cars and classic cars. Absolute Auto Body and Collision Repair in St. Johnsbury, Vermont. And lastly, I am your independent AMSOIL dealer. Click the link in the description for your free AMSOIL catalog. And last but not least, if you decide to advertise with the Muscle Car Podcast, this could be part of your advertising message. Good evening and welcome to the podcast. I'm really glad you're here. I have a robust lineup of muscle car entertainment on tap for you tonight. But before we get into all of that, I want to make sure that everything is working properly. So if you can see my face and hear my voice, I'm going to ask you to leave a comment. Let me know where you're viewing this from and whether you are a first-time viewer or a regular viewer. Now, to our first-time viewers who are here tonight for the first time to check us out, I hope you have a good time with us tonight, and I hope you decide to join us here each and every Wednesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. This podcast simulcasts to 8 different places across Facebook and YouTube. So wherever you're viewing this, just circle back here in 1 week's time, and we will be waiting for you. And also to our regular viewers who are here week after week, month after month, and season after season, you guys are the ones who make this possible, and we very, very much appreciate that. We do have a comment that's come in. Let's take a look here. A couple of comments. Okay, so our regular viewers, Stacy and Art Fosler from Platkill, New York. Regular viewers, they've been here from the very beginning of this podcast. We thank them so much for that. And as a way to reciprocate, we're going to be airing one of their videos tonight. They sent us some video footage a little while back, and we're going to be airing one of those video clips in just a few minutes. Also, Sam Pearson from Charleston, West Virginia. Thank you so much for coming on. We very much appreciate it. So let's get started. We're going to bring our guests on. Let me get the microphones all turned on here. Gentlemen, how are we all doing tonight?
Oh, just great. Just great.
Cool deal. Good to see everybody. And you doing good, Rob?
I'm doing good. I like your new front page for the broadcast.
Oh, yes. Thank you so much. Yeah, the new graphic I made.
The Muscle Car Show and Tell broadcast.
Yes. Absolutely. Yeah, thank you so much. I'm glad you like that. I've gotten some good comments on it too, so that's very encouraging. But yeah, and Virgil, you're doing well. I know that we had a prayer request going for you a couple of weeks ago. Let me pop the graphic. We were doing a prayer request for you, and it's really nice to see you back, and glad to see that you're doing well.
You know, see, I felt like a man in the coma. See, now I got some hair and a bigger mustache.
Nice.
So yeah, no, I'm feeling good.
Good. So glad to have you back, man. Good to see that you're healthy. Cool deal. Well, let's get right into it. Whoop, I'm sorry. Did you have a comment?
Yeah. Thank you for all the prayers out there. And couldn't have did it without you guys. Thank you very much, and prayers going back to you.
Thank you so much. Yeah, we're all rooting for you. Cool deal. So let's see on item number 1 here. As I mentioned a moment ago, we're going to be looking here at a clip from our good friends Stacy and Art Fosler. They're regular viewers of the podcast, and a little while back they sent me some footage from the Speakeasy Motor Cars car show. I think it was last summer. It must have been last summer. So let me get to the right place here, cue up that footage, and we'll take a look. Yeah, here it is right here. Cool. Yeah. So thank you so much to Stacy and Art Fosler for that really excellent footage. We appreciate that. Anything jump out at you guys?
I like that 63 Corvette underneath the basketball net.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
with you there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You don't see too many of those things around.
Yeah, nothing like a 63 that was at the split window, correct?
Yep.
I think so. Yeah.
Nothing like that ever.
Yeah, for sure.
Sad,
Now, when did
sad
they
thing
do
is that
away
was.
with the?
Go
Go
ahead.
ahead. I'm sorry.
I
When did
said
they do
sorry.
away
That was
with
only
the?
for.
That's all right.
So you've been
Go ahead,
cooped up
Virgil.
for too long. I got too much to say.
No, go ahead, Virgil.
I said it sucks that was only for 1 year. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. In fact, actually, you answered my question. I was going to ask when did they stop with the split window. It sounds like they just did that for 1 year then.
Yeah, 1 year, and I believe it was an option.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Yeah.
Good to know. Good information. Cool deal. And yeah, I was enjoying the nice selection of Mustangs there. Older ones, middle range ones, newer ones.
It's a nice
selection
car
of
for that
Mustangs.
show.
Yeah. And then at the end, they had on a little stand, they had next to that Plymouth, they had, it must have been a smaller version of that Plymouth.
Oh,
Probably
yeah.
the kids built a remote control one.
Oh, that could be. Sure.
It was too big to be a model, so it had to be a remote control.
Sure.
Yeah.
Start them off young, get them in the cars.
Well, absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Get them hooked early. For sure.
That's where I got the daughter started off, is at remote controls right now.
Nice.
You know, so yeah, she's been playing with remote controls since what age? Age 9. You know, age 9, 10, and then now 11. So
I got in trouble one
with
time.
that
I got in
twisty
trouble one
wheel
time
there.
because I spent too much money on my remote control tires, more than I did on my wife's snow tires.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Well, cool. So we are on item number 2. We're going to do a quick announcement, and then we're going to continue with some more videos and some commentary. But it's time now to talk about AMSOIL, and I'm going to put Rob full screen, and he's going to talk to us about AMSOIL.
Okay. AMSOIL's 100% synthetic oil. It's been around since 1972. We have a complete line of oils, right from 25,000 mile oil, 20,000, and one you change when your light comes on. And we also have a high zinc oil, which the older cars need because of the cams, rockers, and lifter. You need oil with a zinc. We have a 10W40, 10W30, 20W50, all with high zinc. Complete line of automatic transmission fluid, gear lubes, hydraulic oils, compressor oils, everything. But AMSOIL has an opportunity where you can buy directly from AMSOIL. It's called a preferred customer. Why go out and look for a place where you buy AMSOIL? We become a preferred customer for only $10 for 6 months. You buy $100 worth, they ship it to you free. Every time you buy $100 worth, they give you a $5 coupon. On your birthday, you get another $5 coupon. In 6 months' time, when it's time to renew, it costs you $20 to renew your membership. It's like a Costco card. You get a membership to buy AMSOIL at cost price and get it all shipped to your own house. You don't have to buy a full case. Say you want 6 cases of E-Ride oil and four bottles of small engine oil or boat oil or gear lube. You can mix and match. You order $100 worth, ship right to your house free. For more information on how to get a preferred account, so you can get the best possible discount, Mike should have his number on the bottom of the screen.
Yes, a link in the description. Absolutely. Yeah, and you're right. It's an incredible value. It's the way to get the deepest possible discounts on AMSOIL. And when you sign up to the preferred customer program, it's a $10 fee. And in most cases, on that first order, you're going to save well more than that $10 fee. So you take advantage of that right away with those deep discounts. And like you said, you get up over $100. Now you're getting free shipping, and there's all sorts of other benefits and discounts and promotions that that are available to you. It's an incredible value. If you like AMSOIL, it's really hard to beat. And there's like Rob said, there's a link in the description. So if you're curious about that, just click the link for the preferred customer program and get yourself started. The nice thing about that too, let me put all of us on here, is if you click on that first and then you start shopping, so that anything you select to put in your cart will have that discount associated with it. So it's a great way to do it.
And if you just want more information about the AMSOIL product, there's another click you can hit to get a free catalog.
Yes. Absolutely. Yeah. Feel free to click. There's a few different things in the description for AMSOIL. Feel free to explore those, click those. Any questions at all, just send us a message. We'll be happy to help you with that. Cool deal. So let's see. Item number 3, we're going to take a look at a 1972 Chevy K10 pickup. And this truck is for sale by our friends out in South Dakota at B&B Auto Sales. Let's get that queued up here and we'll take a look.
Hi, this is Dirk from B&B Auto Sales. Today we're showing you our 72 K10. Really nice looking truck. Got a great color scheme. Nice restoration done to it at one time. You can see probably got the original surround on it. It's in pretty good shape. A few little paint imperfections, but better than a Chinese one that doesn't fit worth a darn. So here's your grill. You can see the paint shine. Just a driver quality paint, not a show truck by any means, but looks good. Two-tone gray and red. Got the Cheyenne Deluxe moldings. And you can see it's got a few rock chips from driving it. A little bit of a bubble right there, just from probably a rock chip. A couple rock chips on the edge of the door. There's your VIN plate. It's had new carpet, seats been redone. Obviously got custom door handles, got some wood overlays on the instrument cluster. That's a custom vinyl made dash pad. Custom headliner. You can see the dome light working. Tilt steering wheel out of a newer pickup. There you can see the motor was put in at 38,318, now is 77,326. So that's how many miles on the engine. You can see like I said, it's a nice truck. Not perfect. As like I said, here's some more rock chips just from driving it with the bigger tires. The tailgate band showing a little wear. Bumper's in good shape. There's your dual exhaust. The Rhino line in the box. Got the diamond tread box caps. Like I said, just a nice truck. Got a good look to it. Definitely will get some thumbs up when you're driving it. Same deal here. You got a couple bubbles, probably from some rock chips. You know. And it does have, this is, I don't believe it works, but it has a Rancho adjustable air system in it. So something that if you want to get working or whatever, you certainly can. Sorry about that. There's your sticker on the glove box. Was originally green. Two-tone green. Speakers in the door. Like I said, a lot of neat custom touches that just make it a really start up nice our truck. 72 K10 and go through the options. You can see the oil pressure gauge. Tack works. Fuel gauge about 3/4. Left blinker. Right blinker. Horn, wipers. They put a 4x4 deal where the original key was. Kind of a heater fan works. I know the stereo works. There's your 4-wheel drive, of course. Got good sound, dual exhaust. There's your dome light. I do got a cover for that one of them, so I'll put that on. There's your engine, built up in Millbank. She's a strong engine. Got Edelbrock carburetor. You know, underneath's not detailed or anything, just driver. Well, and there's that Rancho to it. Your tail lights. So I believe everything works except for maybe that add-on air system. Any questions? Give us a call, 605-695-7391.
Cool. So we are back. Virgil, how did you like that?
Yeah, no, great one. I love those C10s. The C10s are very, very cool. That was very good interpretation right there.
For sure. Yeah, I like that color scheme. That's a good look.
Yeah. And then
But it looks like Rob is having trouble hearing us.
Uh-oh.
But yeah, I'm not sure what happened. Yeah, okay. I think he's going to log off and come back on. But continue your thought, Virgil. I didn't mean to cut you off. I could tell that Rob couldn't hear us.
But the way they brought the color scheme inside the car there, you know, that was pretty cool. And it looks like a suede headliner or somewhat of a vinyl, or not vinyl, but, you know, of that cloth, same headliner as the seats were made out of there. So, yeah. Yeah.
And I like that period looking seat too, that they were able to match that, like you said, with the color scheme of the outside and give it that period look. Here we go. Rob's back on. Let's see if the audio is better. How you doing, Rob? Can you hear us okay?
Now I can hear you.
Oh, wonderful. Wonderful.
Yeah.
Cool. And reactions to that truck, Rob?
Oh, that's my favorite year truck.
Nice.
Favorite year. No pollution, no pumps, no O2 sensors. First year with disc brakes. Yeah. We have a new bylaw that want to pass up here. If you have a 1970 vehicle, you got to leave original brakes on it. You can't improve them.
What?
Really?
You can't improve the exhaust. You can't. They want it all stock, even though disc brakes are safer. So a lot of people are looking for 72 pickups because that's the first year with disc brakes.
Oh, wow. Yes. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, so those are going to be in demand.
Yes.
Yeah. You say 72 was at I guess you say the first year for disc brakes and the last year for that full convertible.
Yeah. Crazy. Well, cool. So let's see. We are on item number 4. Now, Derick Rabida, a good friend of ours, he's been on the podcast a little while back. He's got an excellent YouTube channel. It's called Japanese Mini Truck YouTube channel. There's a link to it in the description. And I have to give a shout out too, before we talk about this video. Some mutual friends of Derick and mine introduced us. Elaine and Paul here, who you see on the screen, introduced us. I have to give them a shout out and a thank you for that. Now, Elaine is also an excellent photographer, and she takes a lot of photos at car shows, cruise nights, and things like that. And in the past, I have done a montage with some of her images and put some music under it, and it looked really nice. I'm planning to do some more of that in the future. But let me get back to this screen here. So Derick, in this instance, has some footage from the Old Orchard Beach, Maine car event that happened this past September. So let me get that queued up here, and we'll take a look.
All right, guys, welcome back to another video. We just rolled into Old Orchard now. Tonight is the cruise night. Tomorrow is the car show. We're going to go walk around the cruise night a little bit, see what's here, but we'll get more in depth in the video at the car show. Cruising through the town of Old Orchard right now is so sick. We got an older Chevy right there. I mean, check that out. We got an old Plymouth sitting right there. It's just cars everywhere. Yo. So this is a beautiful Chevy Nomad we saw last year. I kind of started the video off, I think, with this car. But it's got the flames down the side of it, the black and the chrome. Oh, it all looks so good together. Parked right next to it is this 1935 Packard. Beautiful flake in this paint too. I mean, you can see it on camera. And it doesn't say Packard anywhere on it. I don't think at all. I think it's all kind of debadged except for the hood ornament. Usually you can tell right about there. And the Packard's kind of got a nice little styling to it as well. That's pretty sweet. So right here's a pretty exciting truck. This man traveled all the way down from Vermont. His name is Tony, and he's got this 2003 Chevy S10. He's on what I believe are 20-inch. They're called Psycho aluminum alloy wheels. All the custom pinstriping work done, all on the hood. He had some work done in his door jambs. He's got the older square body Chevy leather bench seat. Custom pillars. I mean, I love all of the pinstriping detail. It goes all the way back to the pumps. I mean, all of the work down this truck. This is like the first legitimate, like crazy 90s style paint scheme I've seen in person. I love the tail end of this car too. We got the roll pan shaved tailgate and living the low life written down at the bottom of the roll pan. That is also welded in. Still rocking the smoked tail lights, all the pinstriping on those as well. I mean, this is such a cool car to see. And I believe these are I thought they were the Celica mirrors. I think they're just styled after it. It's really big in mini trucking back in the 90s. But there's a lot of crazy custom work done to this truck. I just want to give you a quick lowdown on it. And right over here, we have a 1954 Buick Roadmaster. I love these headlights. I feel like you see these on quite a bit of traditional custom cars. And I don't know if this is a factory thing or not. But these vents are pretty sweet going down the side of the car. All functional and everything. This one is a convertible with all red interior. Check out the gauges right over there. You have your vents and everything all sitting right next to the column. What a wild car on spoked wheels, and I even love these taillights. Here's a 1962 Ford pickup truck, but what's cool about this one is not only all the custom things that have been done to it. I just noticed the duals coming out of the roll pan down there, but I love this color. And a special thing about this truck, I've showed one once on the channel before. There's not a ton of them in the world, but it's a unibody pickup right from the factory. And somebody like really went through it and made it look just beautiful. But it's so cool that it's the unibody. They only made them for, I think, 2 to 3 years, essentially. And I don't know how many they made for certain, but you got a 429 Ford V8 stuffed under the hood of this thing. I mean, that is just a nasty ride to see. So right here is the OOB strip, all filled up with all the different cars. So over here is this pretty sweet Ford Fairlane. I'm loving the grill on this. You got the billet grill that goes all the way across. White wall tires, the red and white two-tone paint. Beautiful, very 50s. Oh, and the pinstriping right in the rear. Well, since this car won't be here tomorrow, I just wanted to show you guys the plum crazy 1970 Dodge Challenger with the 446 pack. And if you haven't seen it already, we made a full-length one-on-one video with this car on the channel, so highly recommend going to check that out. So kind of in love with the style of this 1961 AMC Rambler. And I think that would be considered probably some sort of flat 6. It's a straight 6 nonetheless. And just the color on it is really, really cool. Very clean interior, especially those door panels have a pretty sweet design. But I just love the way it just drops off right here. You got a little bit of a wing at the end right there. And then the car, I mean, it's kind of stubby, but it looks good. It's not disproportional by any means. It's the Rambler Deluxe. So this thing's kind of just all out crazy. Probably some sort of big block Chevy there. I'm not too familiar. That's a pretty big engine. Oh, check out the detail that even goes into things like the frame. All painted up, matches the copper on the wheels. And headers to blast pipe down the side. Got your racing seats. I think it's a Dodge cab. It's pretty wide. That's why I kind of have that thought it may be a Dodge cab. But the coolest part of this truck right here is look at the size of these tires. Just massive slicks. I wish I don't really have anything that could do that any real justice for how massive these things are. I mean, that's probably like maybe a 3-inch at least exhaust tip exit, and there's the wheel right next to it. I mean, that's wild. So really quickly down there's 2 Chrysler 300s. We have a Chrysler Imperial, and right here is another Imperial, and I'm not too familiar with this one, but my friend had just told me to go check out the hood and fenders. He said there's something a little different about them compared to normal cars, so I'm gonna bring you guys with me to check it out, and I already see it. That's wild. The whole nose is it's just one whole front clip. There's no changing that panel if something happens, but they look sick. I mean, check out the contour right here where your headlights sit inside the fender. Wow, this really is a beautiful car. It's pretty cool to notice that too once you see it, how it all just kind of flows together. Even things like this interior, I mean, look at that wheel. It looks like it sits flat down. I mean, it's just got its own styling. And it seems to be that this one's transmission is also a push button. I could be wrong, but that's pretty much what it looks like from here. Oh, and the designs, I'll zoom in. You can see the designs in the door panels. Quite a car. Some small fins back here. It's the Chrysler Imperial Crown. So, this is probably my favorite car I've seen here today. This is Richie's 1964 Chevrolet Impala. He is on hydraulics, and I mean, you just cannot walk past this car without taking a second look. The paintwork that has gone into this is insane. There's the roof. I assume to say these are like the scallops that go through. I mean, just such beautiful work done on this car. This is a literal work of art. But gotta love things like the chain steering wheel and all the interiors all done up. Just so cool. This is I would say heavily inspired, like old school traditional customs, like lowrider essentially.
Cool, yeah. So thank you so much to Derick for that awesome footage. Now, Virgil had a chance to comment first last time, so I'll give Rob the chance for a reaction.
There was a lot of unique cars there. Was that front end? Was that original, or was that just all custom made?
I assume original, but I don't know. But that was very impressive on that Chrysler Imperial.
Yeah,
Very impressive.
Somebody did a lot of work on that thing. Oh,
Yeah.
And the last one they showed with the paint job, I like the idea where they have the original suitcases and all that in the back seat to match the cars and stuff like that. Yeah, you used to see some of the cars used to have them mounted on the back bumper.
Yeah.
It looked pretty cool to go along with the custom-made car.
Yeah, for sure.
There was a lot of unique cars at that show. I wouldn't want to be a judge at that show.
Yeah, they got their work cut out for them. And go ahead, Virgil, comments?
It threw me for a loop because I was looking for the Japanese mini trucks and was only one in the beginning, that Nissan hardbody. And I kept looking and I'm like, wait, where are these Japanese mini trucks? But
Sure. It's funny you mentioned that because that's Derick's truck, that purple Japanese that Nissan. That's
that would look pretty cool with the flares added onto the back there. And yeah, it's just like, huh, cool. All right, we're going through some Japanese mini trucks here. And it just, that was the only one. But that Ford unibody, that was pretty cool. But, you know, I know that 429 wasn't stock.
Yeah.
Not for that year.
For sure. Sure.
But
and I was admiring that.
Cool cars.
Yeah. I was admiring that burgundy Packard at the beginning. That just reminded me all those bootlegging car chases they used to have in the movies, you know?
Yeah.
Oh,
it reminded me of those. And I have to give a shout out too to Derick. I mean, not just for sharing that footage with us, but his commentary is excellent as he's walking around there making commentary on all those cars. So he does a really good job with that, making the commentary.
All right. I'm gonna have to rewatch this and take some more notes.
For sure.
So when I get there.
And be sure to check out Derick's channel too. There's a link in the description to Derick's channel. He has a wonderful channel. He goes to a lot of events. And of course, that purple Nissan truck, that's a work in progress. So he's constantly got updates on that, on things he's doing to it and everything. So that channel is very much worth a look. But cool. So let's take a look here. We're on item number 5. Now, Plymouth Dale, he calls himself Plymouth Dale McKeon, has sent some footage to us from a cruise night. And they are out in Australia. And I'm pleased to announce that I've made contact with some people out in Australia. They do some car events and they take footage. And we've talked about doing some content sharing with them. And we also hope to have them on the podcast sometime in the near future. Now, the interesting thing, we're 9 p.m. Eastern time here when we do this podcast. But for them, that's 1 p.m., I think, the next day. So at least it's an hour. It's not like in the middle of the night for them. But we're trying to work out a time where we can bring them on the podcast. We'd love to have them on live, ideally. If not, we can pre-record something. But looking very much to having them come on and hearing them with their Australian accents, talking about what they're doing on the other side of the world. It's just a great way to mix it up on this podcast and see what people are doing.
It'd be nice to find out where they got all their American cars from.
Yeah. I imagine there's a story there as to how those all end up in Australia.
Yeah.
But well, cool. Let's take a look at that footage from a cruise night in Australia. Let's take a look. So yeah, thank you so much to Plymouth Dale for sharing that footage with us. And I don't know if you saw during the video, Plymouth Dale is in the house. He's watching tonight. In fact, he just gave us a thumbs up. So if either of you guys have questions for him, now's the time to ask them. And I'll give Virgil a chance to go first.
I say, yeah, there, Plymouth Dave. I got to ask you about those Holdens over there. Kind of threw me for a quick loop. I was looking for a GTO badge and didn't see that. So just wondering on those. How long did they make those for? And is that an actual like Australian car company?
Yeah, good question. Yeah, does Australia have an auto industry? Do they make cars, or did they back in the day? Or yeah, for sure, good question. And Rob?
I know Australia, when we stopped making Novas and El Caminos, they were still making them over there. Yeah, they had a General Motors plant over there still making them. But where did he personally get his own car from?
Yeah, good question.
Did he come to North America and buy it? And was it that good a shape?
Sure. And I noticed some of the American cars
for a container that big.
Yeah, that's a long way to ship a vehicle.
Yeah.
And I noticed some of those American cars had left-hand drive, others had right-hand drive, and yeah, I can't wait to have Plymouth Dale on here. And he's also got a friend Terry who does some other shows too, and we're going to try to get them both on. But I think we're probably going to bombard them with questions when they come on. Yeah. But yeah, Plymouth Dale, if you're watching this, if you have answers to any of these questions, we'd love to hear from you, and we can't wait to have you on in the near future.
And then is that a weekly cruise that goes on? It looks like it's the same street all the time.
Yeah, that was from one particular event, but they have them regularly. I don't remember now if it's once a month or every other week, but through their warmer months, they have regular cruise nights.
There's a lot of cars that I didn't recognize. I thought there was a Rambler coming down, kind of like a pearl white, and then it ended up being a pickup back end on it. I don't know what that was.
Yeah, and there was a Mustang that kind of maybe early 70s that looked like a Mustang front end, and then the back to the C-pillar, and then the C-pillar back looked almost like a Challenger.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I don't know if there are different versions that we would send overseas, or I'm not sure what the story is there, but really interesting to look at that.
I know in the Oshawa car plant, the General Motors plant, they used to build a car, and at the end of the line, there's so many cars go to the end of the line, and they were tore apart, put in a crate, and shipped over to Australia.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that was the Impala and stuff like that, eh?
Sure. And it would be reassembled out there.
Yeah.
Maybe it's cheaper to ship them disassembled.
They could fit it in a smaller container by disassembling them.
Sure. Interesting. Cool deal. Oh, wait, we've got comments here. This might be Plymouth Dale. Okay, here we go. All right, here we go. We've got answers to some of our questions. Plymouth Dale says GTO is a rebadged Holden Monaro made by General Motors there in Australia.
Yep.
Cool deal. And then he's got another answer here. He said he bought his Plymouth there in Australia. It was imported a few years ago. More details. They have their cruise night once a month. And, okay, they're in Yea, Victoria. It's pronounced Yea. Cool deal. And then his friend Terry also has a regular cruise event in Whittlesea, Australia. And we've been in contact with both of them, and we're going to try to get them both on here sometime real soon. And
I think we should go there in person, eh, Virgin?
We totally should. Road trip.
Yeah, a little too far for me right now, but Mike, solo trip, and you have to show me how. Oh no, you can edit from over there. Forget.
Yeah.
You made the toilet may swirl a different way, but you can still edit the same way.
Totally. Totally. It would be fun to go out there. I don't know if it's feasible, but it would be fun to go out there. Oh, and here we go. Plymouth Dale says, looking forward to chatting in person real soon. Wonderful. Yeah, I think that's going to be a lot of fun. I think it's going to be a whole lot of fun hanging with them and getting to know them and getting understanding the nuances of the car scene in Australia.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to be really cool to learn about that.
Yes.
Yeah, that'll be one of those. I will be tuning in.
Wonderful. Yeah. Cool deal. So let's see. We're on item number 6. Now, our good friend Scott with Flippin Customized, he has an excellent YouTube channel. There's a link in the description. You really should check it out. But he shared some footage with us. This is from the 41st annual Bonny Eagle Car Show this past August, and this is up in Maine. And he does an excellent YouTube channel, as you're going to see in a minute here. He does some great content. Let's take a look.
Scott with Flippin Customized, and today we're here at the 41st annual Bonny Eagle Car Show, and for myself it's been like 15 years since we've come here, and pretty early, so cars are just starting to roll in. We're just going to get set up and we'll take a walk around.
Yeah, so thank you so much to Scott at Flippin Customized for that amazing footage. And that's part one, actually. There was enough from that video for another footage, another segment we're going to look at on a future episode. But yeah, we'll give Rob a chance for the first comment here. Any reactions there, Rob?
I like that very last vehicle.
Yeah, that lifted Chevy.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was sweet.
Yeah.
Would you say that's a 72? That's going to be pretty close one way or another, I would think.
It's hard to tell because people change the front end so often on the Maine.
Sure.
Yeah, the front end on it's a 71, but yeah, they could have started off with a 70 and made it that way.
Sure. Sure. Any reactions, Virgil?
That Apache that they had in there. Forget what color it was. It may have been was that black, that matte black colors. But
Yes.
they had that Chevy Apache in there, and I know that Apache was only made for maybe about 1 or 2 years. But just that body style of truck is great to me.
For sure. Yeah, and I like that two-tone Bronco. It looked like probably a 79 or an 80. I always liked that front end on that Bronco. I remember when that came out, I really liked that. And then there was another truck. I think it was a 69 GMC. It was kind of a silverish gray. I think I met that guy at the Littleton, New Hampshire car show. His name was Mike, and he had a lot of attention to detail in that truck. Maybe on a future episode, I'll put that interview so we can take a look at that, and maybe put the footage side by side so we can see if it's him or not, because that was a really impressive truck. But cool. So let's take a look here on item number 7. We're going to take a look at a 2022. This is a modern Chevy Corvette, and this is for sale by our friends over at MGM Classic Cars. Let's get that queued up and take a look. Now, this one, there's no commentary, but the car will speak for itself. Let's take a look. Yeah, so thanks to MGM for that amazing footage. We'll give Virgil a first comment. What do you think of that, Virgil? Oh, I've got your mic up. Oh, go ahead.
There we go. That was pretty cool. I love the color combination. My cousin back in California, her boyfriend has a white 2017, those same color schemes.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, just very nice car. I love that color scheme, that white and the red. Can't go wrong.
For sure. Rob?
I got some friends that are going through for engineer students, and it's a 4-year course, but part of the course, they got to go out and work. So they sent them to General Motors. They go into General Motors, and they give them a pile of clay and said, show us your best design. And the one guy said he worked on that Corvette.
Really?
As a student, that was part of his project to do the front end, eh? What a neat job to be able to design something like that.
Yeah, that's a sharp looking car. The Corvette has really come a long way.
Oh, they put so much effort into making it look like the coolest car around.
Yeah.
For sure.
I think that mid-engine is something so cool. I know they've been trying out the Corvette for many years. Back with that Corvette Indy back in the 90s.
Yeah.
Or was that the late 80s? I forget when that was. But that mid-engine Corvette, you can finally get something up against those Lamborghinis and the Ferraris, where you actually have a mid-engine now.
Yeah. And it way undercuts them on price. You're getting probably about 85% of the experience of a Ferrari or a Lambo for less than half the price.
Yes.
It's hard to beat that equation.
No.
And just look at a couple weeks the Daytona 24-hour race, how all the Cadillacs did down there.
Sure.
Whoever thought a Cadillac was going to be a race car?
Yeah.
Definitely not Cadillac.
Yeah. Now let's see. I've got some more comments coming in. This is from earlier. Plymouth Dale says, "Come to Australia. You'll love the scene here." Yeah. If we win the lottery, we will come down there. Oh, and then our good friend David from Alaska Railroad says, "Good evening to Mike, Virgil, and Rob." Well, good evening back. It's great to see you.
Tell them we'll invite them to Australia when we go.
Yes, absolutely. And then David also says, "Indeed, Corvette finally got it right for sure." Cool deal. So we've got one last clip we're going to look at, but before we do, I've got some shout outs we need to do. I meant to do one earlier in the program too. I like to do one near the beginning and one near the end, but let's do this one real quick. We'll catch up with you in 1 minute. It's time for a quick shout out to some of our friends. B&B Auto Sales, your muscle car connection in Brookings, South Dakota. Above the Notch Car Club, a car club for auto enthusiasts in northern New Hampshire. The New Hampshire Muscle Car Club, the largest muscle car club in all of New England. MGM Classic Cars in Addison, Illinois. Visit mgmclassiccars.com today. Beach Hill Automotive in Bethlehem, New Hampshire, specializing in the repair, service, and towing of muscle cars and classic cars. Absolute Auto Body and Collision Repair in St. Johnsbury, Vermont. And lastly, I am your independent AMSOIL dealer. Click the link in the description for your free AMSOIL catalog. And last but not least, if you decide to advertise with the Muscle Car Podcast, this could be part of your advertising message. All right, so we are back, and our last item tonight, pardon me, our last item is number 8. We've got an image montage of a 1985 Monte Carlo. These images were taken by my new friend, Michael Delage. Now, the cool thing is Michael is in the house tonight. He's viewing tonight, and he's a new contact I've made. I've been working lately to make contacts with other content creators on Facebook and YouTube and people who do social media. And Michael is such a content creator. He has a Facebook page called, I think it's New England Classic Cars. And there's a link to it in the description. It's a great Facebook group. Be sure and check that out if you have a chance. There's a lot of muscle cars as well as older stuff, more modern stuff, a little bit of everything. It's a great Facebook group. But let's take a look at his montage, and he's made a comment in the comment section. We'll take a look at that after we look at the video. But let's take a look. He sent me some images, and I put it into a montage with some music. Let's take a look. Cool. Yeah. So thank you so much to Michael Delage for that those images, so we can make that montage. Virgil, comments on that? Oh, I think your microphone's off. There we go.
I've never seen a convertible one of those, so I'm very intrigued.
For sure, that is a custom job.
Yeah, I'd like to see
So
what I would like to know what convertible top he used,
oh,
because
good
it
point.
seemed like
Yeah.
it had the two notches up on the windshield up there, on that visor up there for the locking mechanism.
Good point. Yeah, for sure. And Rob?
That'd be quite a trick to make that in the convertible, to get the right roof to fit.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. That'd be a
Almost
project
looks
for
like-
sure. And
Yeah, it
Michael
looks
has
like the
left
way
some comments for us.
It looked like the
Go
way
ahead.
that back seat was configured. It almost looks like it'd be like an IROC Camaro from those years. Just the way that back
Yeah.
seat was configured, and the way the top looked, that phantom top that cloth that goes around whatever that is that goes around there. But yeah, would
Yeah,
love
for
to
sure.
know
Good
what that
observation.
is.
For sure. And let's see, he's got a comment here. This is from Michael Delage. He's watching us tonight, and this is great. We're making contacts with all these other content creators and everything. This is my dream for this podcast, is to have this be a community where we do show and tell, not just of things we're doing, but things other people are doing. But he says this Monte Carlo, the image of this Monte Carlo was taken at Gillette Stadium down in Massachusetts, where the New England Patriots play, August 1st, 2019. Lots of work was put into this car, since Monte Carlo's never had a convertible version of the car. Cool deal. And then David from Alaska Railroad says, nice. Always wondered what a Monte Carlo convertible would look like.
Yeah.
Cool deal. And David is a Monte Carlo guy. He loves the Monte Carlo.
Yeah.
Cool deal. And then Michael Delage says the X frame must have been fun too. Cool deal. Cool deal. So yeah, it is time to wrap it up. I had another thing I was hoping to do tonight. I'm going to give you a sneak peek of it. I'm not going to do it tonight because we're at the top of the hour, and what we had in mind, I wanted to do it right and really take a little time to get into it. But I'll give a sneak peek of what we're going to do on the next episode. If you take a look at the cutaway on the rear fender of this car, there's a canister that sprays some sort of liquid on a car tire to help you get unstuck in the winter. And we've got a video that Rob found. Rob found that image too. And we're going to take a look at that video on the next episode and kind of take a deep dive on that, and thoughts, comments, all of that. So be sure and look forward to that on the next episode. We'll take a deep dive on that. And yeah, thanks so much to Rob for finding that and bringing that to our attention and finding a video on it. But yeah, we've come to that time in the evening. It's time to close the program. Any final thoughts, gentlemen?
Great show, a lot of interesting cars.
For sure. Yeah, thank you.
Like you said, like what Rob said, ditto.
Yes, absolutely. Well, cool. Well, yeah, thank you so much, Virgil and Rob, for coming on. Also for Plymouth Dale and Michael Delage for coming on. We really appreciate these new people being in here. I think it just makes it so much better, so much more interesting to have this be a community, and for everyone else who's watching as well, Stacy and Art Fosler, and all the West. We really appreciate it. And
One
go ahead.
one more thought. I was like,
Sure.
hey Jake, how you doing out there, buddy?
Yes, Jake. Yeah, we had him on a few weeks ago. Yeah, and he's doing quite
Okay,
well.
yeah,
We'll have to have him on. And yeah, he's an excellent content creator as well. So we've got a lot of content creators that we're collaborating with. Oh, we've got another comment that's come in too. Let's take it before we go. Yes, all right. David from Alaska Railroad says, see you tomorrow night. We're doing the Vintage Snowmobile podcast tomorrow night. If you like vintage snowmobiles, be sure and check us out. Links in the description. And as always, we give the last word to Amsoil. Thank you so much to everyone for viewing. Have a wonderful week, and we'll catch up with you soon.
Thanks, Mike.
Thank you, Mike.
Hello, everyone. This is Rob and Mike.
Said
How you doing
again,
today, Rob?
Thank you,
I'm
Mike.
doing good. Mike, yourself?
Very well. Thank you so much for coming on. I appreciate it. Now, today, we're going to be talking about Amsoil. And in a few moments, we're going to show you how you can get the deepest discounts, free shipping, and free gifts when you order your Amsoil products through us. But first, I'm going to ask Rob to give you a quick description of what Amsoil is and why you should consider using Amsoil products in your motorized vehicles.
Thanks, Mike. Amsoil is 100% synthetic oil. Everybody uses Amsoil for a different reason. Some people like the benefits that Amsoil is warranted for 25,000 miles or 1 year. The reason we can do that is because AMSOIL doesn't oxidize. It doesn't form the usual carbons, gums, sludges like petroleum oils do. That's why we can keep it in the engines longer. Petroleum oils never do wear out. They oxidize themselves. That's why they have to be changed at 3,000 kilometers. And AMSOIL likes the benefit that you only have to change the oil once a year. That saves some money. Some of the people like the benefit of AMSOIL is it's a slipperier type lube. By having a slipperier type lube, it cuts down friction drag. By less friction and drag, engines run 20 to 50 degrees cooler, better gas mileage. Now, AMSOIL says 25% more protection than the industry requires is in the AMSOIL bottles. My average customer gets about 10% increase in gas mileage. That's a big savings.
Yeah.
And by cutting down friction and drag, for every 10 degrees you cut down the friction and drag, doubles the life of the engine. So by having the engine run cooler, it makes it last longer. Some people like the benefit of the range of the AMSOIL. AMSOIL's flash point is 425 degrees, and it pours at 50 below zero.
Wow.
If you ever tried petroleum oil when it's 10 below, it turns to honey. And in the summertime, petroleum oil thins out, and once it thins out, that's when it starts breaking down. So AMSOIL's an all-season oil, can give you better gas mileage, longer engine life, less maintenance. It ends up being cheaper over a year's time running AMSOIL than it is petroleum oils.
That's amazing. That's amazing. And AMSOIL is available for pretty much any motorized vehicle, anything from lawn equipment, cars, trucks, boats, ATVs, motorcycles, snowmobiles.
Yep. And a lot of people phone me up and say, well, what's the benefit of our gear lube? Exactly what I told you about the engine oil. It pours in cold weather, it runs cooler, makes the equipment last longer. And they say, well, what's the benefit of the small engine? Same thing. Makes the engine run cooler, last longer, better performance. So it saves on all the applications that AMSOIL has available.
Wonderful, wonderful. So yeah, let's talk now. Hopefully this has convinced people to think about maybe joining us in the AMSOIL experience. Let's talk about some of the discounts and free shipping and how that all happens. I'm going to pop a graphic on the screen. And yeah, by all means, if you want to talk people through how this preferred customer program works.
AMSOIL has a number of different programs. One of our main ones is a catalog customer, where somebody can order directly out of our catalog. If they order out of the catalog, they order $100 worth, AMSOIL will ship it right to their house. But our best program is our preferred customer. For only $10 for 6 months, you become a preferred customer, you save 25% on all the product. You order $100 worth, they're going to give you free shipping. You don't have to order a whole case. You can mix and match. Say you want 4 bottles of small engine, 7 bottles of 5W30, and a couple of gear loops. You can mix and match. You can order 1 bottle at a time if you want. There's no minimums, no maximums. By being a preferred customer, you save over 25% on all the products you're going to buy. AMSOIL sends you extra gifts, a $5 gift certificate on your birthday, $5 when you renew your account, and stuff like that. So it's a good way to save on some of the products you want to buy.
For sure, for sure. Yeah, it's an incredible value. And this is the deepest level of discount that anyone can get when ordering AMSOIL. Is that correct?
It is. It is.
Wonderful, wonderful. So let's take people through the step-by-step experience of placing an AMSOIL order. Then that would include signing up for the preferred customer discount, or sorry, preferred customer program, so they can receive those deepest levels of discount. So let's go to the website. This is what the website's going to look like. These are some screenshots. Once you go to amsoil.com, there's a link in the description, or you can just type that into a browser, amsoil.com. This is the page you land on. At the upper corner of the page there, you see how I've circled in red. That is the link to click, the Join Now link. That will take you to the preferred customer program page, where you can take advantage of all of these discounts and free shipping and everything that we've just been talking about. This is what that page looks like. In the lower right, you're going to click Join Now. This will pop up. You select the duration you'd like, whether it's 6 months or 12 months, and click Add to Cart. Now, once this pop-up goes away, you'll be back on the main page. And the upper left, you'll see where I've got that red arrow. It says Shop. Now you can start shopping for products, and on your very first order, you're going to get these discounts and the free shipping as long as it's over $100. You'll get all of these benefits right away. So once you click Shop, it's going to take you to the product page. There's different types of oils, lubricants, so on and so forth. For the benefit of this exercise we're doing now, I'm just going to click motor oil. It shows different types of motor oil. Let's click gasoline. Now this takes us to an item. It's their synthetic motor oil. And you can see the item there, and there's choices for different viscosities. But take a look at the price. Let's take a closer look. Let's zoom in. But if you've joined the preferred customer program first, you're going to automatically get the deepest levels of discount. That's what we're looking at here. You're saving $3.80 on that quart of oil. Instead of paying $16.29, you're now paying $12.49 for that quart of oil. That is the deepest level of discount you can possibly get. And then you just add the quantity that you'd like. You select any other items that you're thinking about, add them to the cart. And once you click Add to Cart for the final time, you're going to see this come up at the top of the screen. It's going to show your items and your the total that you're at so far. Pardon me. And then you just click View Cart in the upper right, and that'll take you to your cart. Take a close look here at the upper right. That blue box shows that you're getting free shipping. You're eligible for free shipping on this order because it's over $100. That little yellow box shows that you've got the preferred customer membership on your order that gives you the deepest levels of discounts for the next 6 to 12 months. And then below that, you've got the items that have been selected. For the exercise here, I selected 9 quarts of the Signature Series, but that brings us up over $100 for the free shipping. We're saving $34.20. And if you're ready to finish, you click checkout now, and that takes you to this screen here. If you haven't signed up with an AMSOIL account at this point, just click in the lower right to create an account, create a new account. It's going to ask you for some basic information, name, and those types of things. Now let's take a closer look. You'll see this gray shaded box. This is a very important box. This is going to ask you if someone has referred you to AMSOIL. And if so, please enter my name. My name is Mike LaPierre. It's spelled right there on the screen for the correct spelling. And also the referral number, 304-555-94. That's how you make sure that Rob and I get credit for this. Now, in the interest of full disclosure, I have signed up for AMSOIL under Rob. So when you order using this referral number, Rob and I both benefit. So if you enjoy these podcasts that we're doing, this is a wonderful way to support the podcast, because when you order using this referral number, Rob and I both benefit. And the commissions I make go directly toward offsetting the cost of doing these podcasts. So I thank you in advance for that, for using my referral number. I very much appreciate it. And once you've done that, you just go into the next screen to enter your payment information, and you're done. Now, once you've placed your order that's over $100, and that order includes your AMSOIL Preferred Customer Program, you are now eligible to get a free DVD from myself. Now, this is going to be either a muscle car DVD or a vintage snowmobile DVD. Use the email address on the screen, wkspodcasts@gmail.com. Send me an email. Let me know which DVD you would like me to send you, the muscle car or the vintage snowmobile DVD, and I'll get that right out to you. As you're typing in that email, in the subject line, be sure and type in capital letters "free DVD requests" so it stands out as I'm checking my email, and we'll get that right out to you. So I guess the last thing, Rob, that we wanted to talk about is if someone is considering AMSOIL as a business opportunity.
Yes. If anybody has a retail or a commercial account and they would like to buy directly from AMSOIL, just send Mike a line. He'll show you how to set up, and you can buy directly from AMSOIL. But if you are interested in starting your own part-time business, a part-time business that can grow into a full-time income, Mike and I will show you the AMSOIL marketing plan. AMSOIL has a large selection of products that cover almost every application. So it doesn't matter if you're into snowmobile, boating, or ATVing or hot rods, we have an oil for every application. It's a fun type business that's I really enjoy doing. Where else can I go and have fun and make money doing it? And Mike and I are here to help you all the way along. If you need any help on how to promote or to find new accounts, we're here to help you.
For sure. So when you sign up under that number, this 304-555-94, you're getting Rob and I as a team. Now, Rob has been doing AMSOIL for 40 years. Can you believe that? 40 years. So he knows every aspect of this business, and he knows all of the ins and outs of the products. So he'll be able to help you with any kind of product questions or any kind of questions to show you the different business models that you can do with AMSOIL. And then the other thing that you get when you sign up under me is I've got a strong background in social media. So if you need some coaching on how to generate AMSOIL leads using Facebook and YouTube, I'm happy to coach you with that when you sign up under Rob and I. You get both of us as a team to help you, to coach you, to support you, whatever you need to get you off and running with this business and having fun with it. Like Rob said, it's an enormous amount of fun. If you're like Rob and I and you enjoy going to any kind of boat shows, car shows, motorcycle shows, snowmobile shows, anything with a motor, you like going to those shows, those events, those races, this is a great way to turn that into a income opportunity for you.
Yes. And just by wearing my AMSOIL hat at one of these events, people come up and ask me about AMSOIL.
Wonderful.
People don't know where to buy it, and I'm there to help them, show them where they can buy the products.
Perfect. Well, cool. Well, this is great. Any final thoughts, Rob, before we wrap it up?
AMSOIL's a fun business. AMSOIL's been around since 1968. It was the first synthetic oil to be AI approved.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing. And that's very early in the game too, isn't it?
Yes.
For sure. Well, good. Well, thank you so much, everyone, for viewing. Hopefully, we've gotten you excited as we are about the AMSOIL products. We'd love it if you could join us either as someone who uses the AMSOIL products or to join the AMSOIL team as a business opportunity. And we thank you so much for viewing. Have a great day.
You have a good day.
Okay.